We're working with Gibbs, who's, we understand, is a little bit fearful of things that make noise, like blow dryers and leaf blowers and I don't know what else but stuff. And so one of the ways that we help do the is object socialization. It's the same thing that we would do with puppies in their developmental phase, but when they become an adult dog and still have these phobias, the process really isn't very different. And so it's about creating a positive association. So I have some rabbit treats in my hand that he really likes. And I have the object that freaks him out a little bit. And so we'll just start with an intro. Good. And I could be sitting on the floor, but the idea is we need him to approach the object. You don't care, do you? Good. And we would spend a lot of time. Come here, Gibbs. You see he's a little bit nervous about it? Good. And so we would spend several days working on this approach. And basically this would be how he earns reward. Excuse me, you're not helpful. Can you call Woody?
Woody. Woody, come.
And then I want to work up to actually, again, I'm rushing things a little bit. Think days, people, think days. To touching him with it. So still we haven't turned it on. And I'm not trying to restrain him. The reason I have the leash is I just don't want him running away. But I want him to feel like he has a little bit of freedom of movement. But the goal would be to create this thing as basically a food dispenser. It becomes a good source of reward for him. And then you just start with little pulses. So again, think this is like day 3 or 4, not the 5 minutes you're watching this video.
Woody, come.
And you just make a little pulse of the noise.
Good.
And you notice in that moment, I didn't even blow the air at him. I'm just letting him get used to the sound. Good. And over time, I will build up to the air breezes across him. I dry my hair while he's standing nearby, food reward, that sort of thing. And we just really work to counter condition his response. There are some automatic treat dispensers that I could be using, like the click and treat trainer. It's in another one of the videos I'll try to reference when we do this. But I could basically have that going and I could click a button and treats would dispense out into that thing so that he's learning to get very familiar with that. I could then take that into the outside, like when the lawn guys are there or I'm blowing the yard or that sort of stuff, and those sounds start to happen. It's the exact same principle with the blower. You start doing the, here it is, take some treats, touch it, take some treats, it touches you, it moves, it pulses, and you just really build up the counter conditioning to that. So I'm going to grab a couple more treats. I should get out the click and treat trainer and show you what that looks like.
Does it have batteries? Do we have batteries in it? I believe so.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll stop this in a minute. So that was just a little touch of air across his back. Good. Uh-oh. Creepy. Good. And so again, this is a interval training program. It starts with the objects present for reward. The object moves for reward. You touch the object, you smell the object, anything that approaches the object is reward. Then the object touches you, then the object starts to pulse on and off in quick intervals. And so this whole process of desensitization could take several days. It takes as long as it takes, so don't try to rush it, don't try to overdo it, don't try to flood the dog and do like 30 minutes of an activity with this. Short and sweet, lots of reward, and you'll see his mind start changing about objects that make loud noise, blow air, that sort of thing.